Hello everyone, I just wanted to take this time to share the new Lowell High School historical website. Everything athletics is something that I've worked on over the past 5 years on and off. When we started, there was none of this information was available. Scores, results, historical records, notes, all of that was spread across yearbooks and ledger archives. Very difficult to find, but we were able to take everything, get together, and now we're fortunate to not only have that information put together, but have a website that we can put everything on so it's accessible to the public. So, this is the front page. We've got the high school sports calendar, just a Twitter feed. So everything that's athletics is something that I worked on. So this was my kind of summer project. Get all this information that we had already compiled and to import it into the website. So let's dive into the athletics section. There is the academic section that is being worked on, but I haven't really been involved in that. We start out with the athletes. Not every athlete is in here. That would have been 18,000 different pages, which was a little bit difficult to do. So that's not a thing, but a lot of athletes are in here, and you can search by last name, sport, graduation year, achievement, and if you're one of the fortunate ones to be in here, a lot of all state champions are in here. So if we go into, let's say, G, we've got all these athletes that are in here. And let's say we were looking for Jim Green. A little bit of information about him. Picture, if we can find it. He's a 1933 track and field state champion. So there wasn't a picture available, unfortunately. But alright, so let's go back through now to teams. This is where it gets really exciting to me because there are over 1,300 different team pages that we had to import in the historical website. So not just wrestling, but wrestling 2013 2014, baseball 1913 to 1914. We had to get everything and get it in there in all 1,300 pages, so you can go by sport. So let's say we want to look for the 1999 to 2000 girls soccer team. So we can go back, find the 1999 2000 girls soccer team. You've got the team photos, you've got the captions, you got some information about them, all conference, honorable mention all conference, their schedules, and some of the game notes. And we did this, repeat this for each sport about 1,300 times, including the pictures. It was quite the task, but now that it's all really compiled together, it ended up being really cool. So let's go back into teams again. Let's say we want to look for state champions. All our state championship teams, and a lot of wrestling there. 1928 to 29, boys track and field. A lot of people didn't know that, but yeah, they were state champions. So some information about them. Alright, and then this third tab here, the history tab, this is one that I put a lot of work into, probably the most work into, and this one's really exciting. So let's say for each sport they have these different bits of information. Let me pull up baseball just as an example. Their all-time roster, their all-time record against all opponents. One really fun one I did for baseball was kind of score-orama. Just how many times specific scores had happened in specific games. So Lowell lost 7-18 3 times. Lowell won 6-4 13 times. Lowell lost 4-15 4 times. Lowell won 37-22 1 time. Yes, that was a real score. Others season by season, so just kind of an overview of each season. Their total runs scored. So go all the way to the bottom. It totals everything up. Lowell scored 9,529 runs. Just kind of cool historical tidbits. All-time roster. So let's say you're John Fox. You can look it up. Boom. There's John Fox. 2 years in varsity, 1 year in JV, 1 year in freshman. 4 years total. Historical opponents, everyone's record against specific opponents. So Lowell baseball looks like they played East Grand Rapids the most 110 times, and they're 54, 55, and 1. Pretty much dead even. And so we have this for all the sports. So it's really cool. And then there's this one of my favorites, which is all the sports combined. So all-time historical results by most results. So we took all those individual spreadsheets and combined them to get a total record against schools for every single sport, which kind of gives you an idea of how good each school is at not only particular sports, but their overall athletic department since they've been in existence. So East Grand Rapids, they have very good athletic programs and always have, so it's not surprising Lowell's got a 39.49 win percentage. Northview, pretty much about like Lowell, 52.41. It makes sense. And at the bottom you can see total results: 8,831 wins, 7,853 losses, 332 ties, 331 unknown results for a 50.91 win percentage. The historical roster. So here you can find anyone who's played any sport at Lowell ever. So let's say we want to look up, let's go with my roommate. So I got Jarrett, 3 years on varsity, 1 year in JV, 4 total years in the sport of boys tennis. So pretty cool. So everyone's in here, and I think there's about 18,000 athletes here. It's a lot of people. Master results. This is every result ever, win-losses. You can imagine, again, there's a lot. Wins by sport. Which sport has the best win percentage? Again, just kind of cool tidbits. Wrestling is pretty good. Total athletes by sport. Again, just another fun one. Which sport has had the most athletes in their history? Not surprising, football and track are kind of at the top. That's where, those are usually pretty big teams, right? And again, this is for every single sport. So girls gymnastics, we have their all-time floor scores. So you can see every score in gymnastics history in here. So it's very in-depth. I think it's really cool. And if you played sports at Lowell High School, hopefully you get some enjoyment out of it.